So there's a way to have infinite Kazzyyyysss once again inside of Black Ops 7 Zombies, and it's kind of funny, but it works. So this is not clickbait. I'm very much being honest here. It does indeed work inside of Zombies, any game mode you want. But in order for this to work, you do need to use the Mule Kick Augment Free Throw, as well as maybe BOGO if you want, or Fully Equipped. Fully Equipped is very much needed on the miners, but if you can rock two, I would just recommend running BOGO and Fully Equipped. Then also, I didn't run it in this video, but if you can actually run the deploy equipment faster, the fast pitcher, it's going to help you a little bit, just a little bit. But that is all you need. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the video. All new mastery camos like Singularity ASAP. Check out Mitch Cactus, the biggest and the most reliable name in Call of Duty. They offer instant delivery DLC codes like Monster Energy, plus lobbies delivered in under an hour. Everything is 100% safe and legit for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Trusted by the community and seen all over YouTube, Mitch Cactus has over 20,000 verified reviews and thousands of personal vouchers. Make them the go-to for all things Call of Duty and even other games like Battlefield 6. Use code SPAZO to save 5% off for a limited time only. Okay, so we're now inside of a cursed game. Now, it must be aware that you can do this on any single mode, whether it's standard, directed, cursed, it does not matter. If you can buy Kazzyyyysss, you can play that and do it in that mode. So, with the free throw augment, what happens is originally without any glitch, throwing something outside of the map would return it back to you, right? So if I say threw a Kazzyyyysss outside of the map, it's gonna give me one back originally, whether it's after the patch or before the patch. But what free throw does is the game thinks that when you do that, you're using your equipment, right? So it gives extra back to you, right? So we can say throw a Kazzyyyysss in here, we get one back, right? We have two. We can throw one in there, we get one back, we have two, right? But when you keep throwing them and you just keep doing it, you're gonna get a time where you actually get 3 instead of 2. So obviously you can just sit here and spam it, right? It doesn't really matter too much. One thing you can do is say we can kill this zombie, right? And just start a new round. We can just keep throwing it outside of the map. We got 2 back. There's another one back. We can just keep throwing it. There's another one back. There we go. We just got 3. So now we have 3 Kazzyyyysss. So we basically just duplicated our Kazzyyyysss again. Now, it's not as good as it used to be before they patched it, but it still in fact does work. I'm not sure if you can go to 4, maybe you can, but say we have 3 right now, bam, we threw that one, now we're back down to 2. So what we can do is we can just sit here and we can just keep spamming it outside of the actual map. Now there is a speed cola augment you can use that will help you kind of throw these a little bit quicker, which might in turn give you more. Now this is one of those things that isn't going to be the greatest to camp and strictly rely on, but it's something you can do inside of your game. That way you can go ahead and just maybe get a little bit of extra equipment, maybe get a little bit of extra kills. Even if, say, you use Vulture's Aid, right, where the zombies can drop your held equipment, that works as well. So here we go, we can go throw another one, bam, now we're left with 1. We can throw this one outside of the map, bam, we're left with 1. We can throw this one outside of the map, bam, we're left with 1. So we didn't get one back then, but we can just go to another barrier, say, around the map, which is just directly over here. And we can just throw it in this hallway right there. There we go. Now we just got another one. So now we have 2. So again, it does still in fact work, but it's just a little bit less effective than it was before. So I definitely recommend using this inside of the game. Now it doesn't have to be strictly on cursed. It can be on standard. It can be on directed mode. Whatever you really want it to be on, it can be on. There we go. Now we have 3 again. So we just used our Kazzyyyysss, we didn't run out, but now we are back at 3 of them. So it's actually very, very OP to use inside of zombies, and it can actually help your runs tremendously. I mean, just think, before you went into the boss fight, if you could duplicate your Kazzyyyysss and get 3 Kazzyyyysss instead of 2, that's going to be a game changer for you. It's round 29. We can go ahead and go through this round. I would like to go through at least 2 or 3 rounds and just show you guys kind of how I do it in my rounds. That way you guys can kind of get a good look, or you can kind of take it for an example as to how your rounds would kind of run if you're just going to depend on it. Again, it isn't strictly easiest thing to do because you're not constantly getting one back right at the other. You are quite a bit, but not as much as you were, right? So say we can throw that one, and directly when I throw it, I'm just going to start spamming them inside of this back room as much as I can. Again, if you have the speed cola augment on, which I don't, then you're not going to be able to spam them as fast, but you still will be able to spam them pretty well. So that one's gone. We can throw our second one, and then we can just take our last one and just keep spamming it back inside out of the map. Bada bing, bada boom. We can wait till we get another one. There is +1, +1. We can throw it outside of the map again. +1. So we didn't get any more right there. We can say, can you throw one out here? No. Okay, don't throw it out that window. That is not a good window to throw it out of. We just got an extra one back. So now we're back at 2 for our Kazzyyyysss. So we can throw this one. Now we're left with 1 again, and then we can just start spamming them back inside of this back room. Now we're back at 2. 2 again, and let's see, can we get to 3 this round? We're still at 2, so we did get an extra one, but we're looking to get at least 1 more. Try and put me at 3. There we go. Now we're at 3 Kazzyyyysss. So again, it's actually very, very good to do, but I would recommend doing it as a side thing inside of your game. Don't use it as your entire strategy, as it's not really that reliant, right? But it is still fairly easy to do, and I guess a good little tip and trick, if you need so, instead of zombies, right? Could help for boss fights, could help before you go into some of maybe the curse relics. I don't even know if there's relics where you can use your equipment. I'm sure there probably is, but it definitely can help with just the core game. There we go. There's another Kazzyyyysss throw. I'm sure maybe you could throw it out here, possibly. Yep, you can. Okay, so we can just spam it right out here. If it's going to give you an extra one just from the augment, you'll know because it'll go +1 right when you let the one go, and then it'll obviously give you the one back that you threw out of the map. So now we're already back at 3. We can just throw that, bam, let it go, and then say we could just find a barrier or a window and then throw the other one out of. So it's a very, very simple process. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully you guys learned from it, and maybe you guys can use it and take advantage of it before this part of it gets patched as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this very, very quick, fast, and probably terrible looking video, but I just wanted to get this tip out for you guys, and I didn't want to stretch it too long because there's really, really nothing to it. So, yeah, if this helped you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. I am out. Have a good one. Peace.